I'm Lin Nanji. I pay my respects to Your Majesty.
Rise.
Your Majesty, I have investigated and found out that Gu Shancheng is an uneducated man. He's hopelessly wayward. He even doesn't hesitate to spend a fortune at the West City Antique Market on this worthless tripod. I do not understand. Why is Your Majesty investigating this man?
He is my son, born in the common world. Back during the struggle for the throne, it was extremely dangerous. My son was lost among the common folk. I've had no news of him for many years. Now, I have grown old. The Crown Prince is scheming and deep. He lacks any kindness or compassion. Therefore, I entrust you to find Gu Shancheng and bring him back to inherit the throne. Nanji, I have a favor to ask of you.
I will certainly do everything in my power.
I want you to marry Gu Shancheng. Help him turn his life around. Assist him in becoming the Crown Prince.
Yes, Your Majesty.
I know you are born with great strength, but when it comes to dealing with Gu Shancheng, you need to hold back a little. He's my only son who is useful. Whatever you do, don't accidentally beat him to death.
Why did you drink so much?
Get lost. You married me. You have to follow my rules.
What rules?
First, when I go out to visit brothels, you are not to question it. Second, you must take care of my daily needs and show filial piety to my parents. Imid. For morning and evening greetings, no tardiness. Third,
Since you've married me, you'll have to follow my rules. From now on, visiting brothels gets you a beating. Staying out all night gets you a beating. Causing trouble drunk gets you a beating.
you're way too strong. You sent me flying all the way over here. Are you a tigress or what?
Either stay kneeling here or come to bed. Your choice.
A true man doesn't fight a woman. A real man knows when to give up.
I offer you tea, Mother.
Very good. From now on, if Shancheng does anything wrong or make you suffer, just come and tell me. I'll give him a good scolding.
Dad, please have some tea.
Now that you're married, you're a real man. You must treat Nanji well from now on. Take up the responsibilities of a husband.
Getting married really changes a man, doesn't it? It's so hard to get you out for a drink.
You call that a marriage? I married a tigress. I'll divorce her sooner or later.
If you ask me, women need a sense of urgency. What if you take a concubine or two? Once she gets anxious, she'll do anything you say. Drink up.
Cheers.
A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Gu.
So, beautiful, right? Last night was her first time showing up. I spent a whole 3,000 taels to buy her. I haven't even touched her hand. And here she is, a gift for you.
If you don't mind, Mr. Gu, I would gladly follow you and serve by your side.
You're right. Even if I take a concubine, what can that tigress do to me? Let's drink.
Cheers.
It's already dark. Where did he go? What time do you think it is? And you're just getting back now? Did you do your reading today? Have you practiced your riding and archery? Stop.
That's it, wretch. I'm taking a concubine. A concubine.
I'm Hongshu. Hello, madam.
See? Hongshu here is kinder and more considerate than you. And she doesn't hit me. I want her.
Are you a singer from the Nank Opera Troupe?
Yes. But I believe you're generous and won't mistreat me just because of my background. Right?
How sarcastic. This performer is not simple. Mistreating you? Well, you see yourself as a servant. Of course I won't be polite. From today on, you will serve me. Let him sleep in the guest room. This is fishy. I'm going to find out what kind of troublemaker you are.
What's going on? Why are you crying?
This is my husband's. New concubine taken in yesterday.
What?
That rat. How dare he take a concubine the day after his wedding? Guards, bring him in here and tie him up.
Let me go! Let me go!
You took a concubine? Guards, drag him out and beat him to death.
Huh?
Father, my husband is certainly in the wrong. But ultimately, it's also because I failed to win his heart. Since the concubine has already been brought into the household, I will certainly treat her as my own sister. Please don't punish my husband.
Look how much Nanji is defending you.
Who asked for your phony kindness? You shrew. My greatest wish in life is to divorce you.
I'll beat you to death.
Master!
Father. Why don't you let me take my husband back? I'll have a good talk with him. Maybe he'll change his mind. Hongshu, let's go.
You shrew. Father, mother.
It's been 3 days. You still haven't found a chance to poison Gu Shancheng?
I failed you. But Lin Nanji is watching too closely. I haven't had any opportunity to act.
I don't care what you have to do. Kill Gu Shancheng as soon as possible. If you're late, I'll chop off one of your brother's fingers.
Yes, my lady.
Do you realize your mistake?
Ouch. I know I was wrong. I'm sorry. I'll never go drinking with those lowlifes again. I'll definitely study hard. I won't take concubines anymore. Just you wait, you she-devil. One day, I'll divorce you.
Madam, you've been so worried about Mr. Gu. You must be tired. I've specially prepared some ginseng soup. You two, please, have a taste.
That's very thoughtful of you, Hongshu. I have a few words of sisterly advice. I wonder if you'd be willing to hear them.
I'm all ears.
My husband is incorrigible. I don't want to ruin your life. Tomorrow I'll arrange for someone to take you out of the manor and find you a respectable man to marry. It's better than being a concubine.
What gives you the right?
I only wish to serve by your side.
All right. Since you want to serve by my husband's and my side, why did you put poison in the bowl?
How could I ever poison you and your husband?
At death's door and still defiant?
It's poisoned. It really is poisoned. I've caught her.
She actually managed to escape.
That scared me to death. How did you know that the soup was poisoned?
Are you stupid or what? That bowl of ginseng soup was so red. It was obvious it had been spiked with real gar.
Oh, that makes sense.
No. My parents and brother are still in the prince's hands. No matter what, I have to kill Gu Shancheng.
So that means someone already knows about Gu Shancheng being a prince.
What are you thinking about?
I was thinking, you're old enough now. You should take the imperial exams.
No. It's not like we're short on money. My family can support me. All that backstabbing and scheming in the official circles? I've seen plenty. It's boring.
You still need to study.
Those classics and texts? I've had them memorized ages ago. They're boring, too.
You really know them all?
Test me if you don't believe me.
Fire! Fire! Help! Someone help! Bring water! Help! Hurry up! Water! Bring water.
Father, mother.
What are you doing?
I have to save my parents. It's too dangerous, Mr. Gu.
Father,
I'm fine. I'm okay. Your mother is still inside. Dear.
I'll go save Mother right now.
Shancheng. Shancheng. Nanji, you can't go in there. Don't go in, Nanji.
Master.
Mom. Mom. Mom, wake up. Mom.
Go, get out of here. Don't worry about me.
No, Mom. I have to get you out. Nanji.
take your mother and go. Hurry, go, now.
Dear. Where's your mother? Dear.
Mom.
Nanji is still inside. Nanji's still in there. Shancheng, what are you doing?
I have to save Nanji.
The fire is too big now. If anything happens to you, how can I go on living?
Nanji went in to save us. Shancheng is our flesh and blood, and Nanji is also her parents' daughter.
Then you must bring Nanji out safely.
Go, Shancheng. Shancheng.
Son.
Shancheng.
Nanji. Lin Nanji. Lin Nanji. Lin Nanji.
Gu Shancheng. I'm here?
Lin Nanji. 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 Nanzi.
How did you get here?
I don't know. I was clearly out of danger. I've always wanted to divorce you. But the moment I thought you were trapped here, I lost my cool. So I came in.
Are you crazy? Rushing in on impulse to die with me?
No, we won't die. No one's dying here today. Aren't you born with super strength? Come help me out. It's fine.
Gu Shancheng. I promise. If we don't die, after I get out, I won't hit you anymore.
Don't lie. If you break your word, you're a liar. Go. Dead end. Be careful. Nanji. Nanzi.
Get out. You get out now. Forget about me.
Nanji.
Get out. Find the exit.
No. Nanji. Lin Nanji. Lin Nanji, don't you dare fall asleep. If you fall asleep, I'll take a concubine right now. Lin Nanji. 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 Nanji.
Son.
Madame, you can't go in there. You can't go.
Son. My boy. Dear, let me in. Let me in.
It's raining, it's raining, it's raining.
Fate is on our side. Quick, save them! Go save them!
Hurry! Save them!
Here. Mr. Gu, Mrs. Gu. Mr. Gu, Mrs. Gu, we found them.
Cheng. My son, you're finally awake.
I'm still alive.
You're alive and well.
Here, be careful.
You saved me?
You think I'd make that up? I saved you. My hands got burned. You owe me your life. When you're better, you're going to take care of me. From now on, you have to listen to me.
Go away.
Our house may not be an impenetrable fortress, but it's still very secure. Now, someone dares to set a fire? I want to find out just who has such nerve.
The fire was set deliberately.
Last night, Father noticed you were sick. He was very worried, so he reported it to the authorities. The fire brigade came. They found the fire started in the woodshed out back. But they discovered someone had trailed lamp oil all the way to Father and Mother's quarters.
Father, Mother, if we want to find out who started the fire, I actually have an idea.
Oh, my boy.
So this is your brilliant idea? Me playing dead?
What do you know? I call it a master deception.
I did save your life after all. And this is how you treat me? Just explain it. It's not like it'll kill you. Is the tigress mellowing out? She's pouring water for me?
Once Qin Hongshu learns you're dead, she'll definitely come back to confirm it. That's the only way she can report back.
What are you doing?
Greetings, Father, Mother. I know my status is low. I was cast out by Mrs. Gu late at night, but I dare not complain. However, Cheng and I did share a bond. So I beg you, Father, Mother, to grant me one last glimpse of Chung.
He's right behind the screen. Go on.
I knew it. It was you after all.
He's really dead?
Poison first, then set the fire. Who sent you?
You think I'd tell you?
Since you dared to come back, you never planned on leaving, did you? The one who sent you has two possible motives. Either to make you the scapegoat, or to have you die here and frame the Gu family.
Since you already know, I won't hide it anymore. You're not dead?
Scared you, didn't I? You haven't been in the manor long, so you don't know the layout well. So what you burned wasn't actually my house.
For you to risk your life like this? Either the mastermind saved your life, or your family's lives are in their hands.
You're in a tough spot. Look, she's in such a bad situation. Can't you think of something? Hey, don't start crying yet. My wife. Might have a bit of a temper, but she has a good heart. Let her help you figure something out.
Gu Shancheng, as a prince, is being targeted like this. I need to investigate who's behind it. If you were forced into this, I'll help you.
My parents and my younger brother are in their hands. I'm truly at my wit's end.
Who are they?
I only know it's a woman. We always meet in the woods.
We can't let this get out of hand. It's best to handle it behind closed doors. Keep it within the Gu household.
What do you mean?
You go meet that woman in the woods. We'll follow you.
Who would have thought that she-devil is actually brave and resourceful?
You're alive? Then it looks like your family will have to die.
I have failed in my task. I never expected that Lin Nanji would be so formidable. She knocked the dagger from my hand.
The poisoning failed. The frame-up also failed. Is there anything you've succeeded at?
I really did burn Gu Shancheng to death.
Oh?
I went to see today. The Gu family has started the funeral arrangements. Gu Shancheng is lying in the coffin. He's dead for sure.
Consider that one thing accomplished.
Madam.
Could you, for the sake of me burning Gu Shancheng to death, let me see my parents and brother?
Stop.
We're here.
We've been following you all along, and we already know where your parents are being held.
If this time you can rescue my parents and brother, I swear I will repay you with my life.
If you're just working for us, then how are we any different from that woman?
Now that's a reasonable thing to say. Shows a bit of benevolence.
But the cage holding my parents is forged from steel. I don't have the key.
What's so hard about that? She's blessed with incredible strength. A measly steel cage? She can handle that with her eyes closed.
Don't worry. With me here, a little steel cage is no problem.
Hey, I'm your savior after all. Is this how you treat me?
You two really do look like a loving couple.
Loving couple?
Anyway, tell me about the prison security layout.
Here's the thing, see?
Come out, quick!
Hurry!
Come on.
Hongshu.
Mother!
I never thought our family would be reunited one day.
This isn't the time for this. Let's move.
I'll scout ahead.
Qin Hongshu, how dare you betray me? Kill them all. Leave no one alive. A bunch of losers!
Nanzi. Go! Hurry! Go!
Watch out!
Qin Hongshu.
The blade is poisoned.
Mrs. Gu. I won't make it. Please take care of my family.
I promise you.
Qin Hongshu. Hongshu, wake up! Hongshu! Hongshu, don't die! Qin Hongshu, it's you. Hongshu, wake up! Hongshu! Don't die, Qin Hongshu!
Some master plan this was.
Your Highness, I intended to lure Gu Shancheng and Lin Nanji to the Imperial prison to trap them, but I never imagined that Lin Nanji would turn out to be a sorceress. She injured all my best men that I brought along, and that Qin Hongshu.
So you're saying it's all Lin Nanji and Qin Hongshu's fault? Quite the way to shift all the blame.
No, Your Highness, I have another plan. One that will surely end Gu Shancheng's life.
Oh? You have another scheme? If you fail again, you won't live to see another day.
Understood.
In ancient times, those who wished to manifest illustrious virtue throughout the world.
Leg, stand properly.
Those who wished to govern their states first had to regulate their families.
Back straight.
I'm done. This is exhausting.
How will you amount to anything if you don't study?
Oh, ow, 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 ow. Even my mother never pulled my ear like this. Tigress! I refuse to study. I'm going drinking.
Stop! Get back here.
Lin Nanji. You've been keeping something from me. Where has Lin Nanji gone? How could I have lost track of her?
Ah, Miss Lin, please hurry along. His Majesty has been waiting for you for some time.
All right. Your subject pays respects to your majesty. Your subject pays respects.
You may rise. How has Gu Shancheng been lately?
That Gu Shancheng, is he really your son? He seems like nothing but a good-for-nothing rogue.
What makes you say that?
I urge him to study and practice martial arts, but he refuses. All he does every day is go out and wander around aimlessly. Someone like that, how could he inherit the throne?
You two have been married for a while now. Haven't you noticed any of his good qualities?
Well, he is rather filial. And he does have a kind heart.
Filial piety and compassion. Aren't those essential qualities for a ruler?
But...
No buts. Just focus on molding Gu Shancheng into a suitable crown prince. I won't forget your efforts.
As you command.
Ah, forget it. Not worth worrying about. Let's just go home first. Why do I feel like there's a chill running down my back? There really are villains out to get me.
Gu Shancheng, you're quite famous. My master wants me to take your lives.
You know me? Sir, please, sir, spare my life. My family is rich. Name your price.
Enough talk. Don't struggle. I'll leave your body intact.
Help! Help! Murder! Help! Big brother, I won't run anymore. I can't run anymore, but at least let me die, knowing the truth. Tell me, who is your master?
Since you asked so sincerely, I'll tell you. Our master is... Who dares to ambush me?
How dare you touch my man? How dare you lay a finger on my people?
If you value your life, get out of the way now.
Nanzi, you're finally here. This bastard almost killed me.
What are you doing out so late?
Watch out!
You dare to pull a knife on me? You must be blind.
Keep him alive!
You're too late.
Where are you going so late?
I thought the moonlight was nice tonight, so I came out for a walk.
Lin Nanji. Let's talk.
Huh? If you have something to say, spit it out.
I think there's something off about you. Lin Nanji, I'm not joking with you. Since I married you, I feel like someone's been watching me. If it were before, I'd only need to walk the birds and sip tea to inherit the family business. But since I met you, how many disasters have befallen our family. First, there was that Qin Hongxiu, who tried to kill me, and almost burned my parents to death. And then there's that one with the mysterious identity, the mysterious Chen Jiaojiao. Her status is high. It's not something us merchants can afford to offend. All this started when you entered our family. My parents are getting old. I don't want them to live in fear every day. Lin Nanji. Let's get divorced.
Are you serious?
The divorce papers. I'll have them written up for you tomorrow.
Gu Shanqing, remember this. Our marriage was decreed by His Majesty, so there's no possibility of divorce. I, Lin Nanji, can only divorce you by repudiation. After I divorce you, I will naturally plead guilty to His Majesty. And you, Gu Shanqing, you're not worthy of me at all. I had to leave in a hurry last night. Didn't bring a single cent, and I can't go back and tell my father. With the Emperor. Never thought that I, the Holy Maiden, wouldn't even have a place to stay. Not a single one.
With that battle axe not home, life sure is easy. Mom, Dad, what brings you here?
Nanzi. Why isn't Nanji here today? She never misses her daily visits. Your father and I were worried she might be ill, so we came to check.
Oh, she. She went out.
You've had this tell since you were a kid. You twist your fingers when you lie. Now spit it out. Where has Nanji gone?
Okay, I'll tell you the truth. Lin Nanji divorced me. She left last night.
You! How could you be so foolish? From the moment Nanji stepped into our home, she's been completely devoted to you. You've been able to focus on your studies and stopped hanging out with those deadbeat friends of yours, getting into trouble. And now you dare to part ways with Nanji? You're going to be the death of me.
Mom, if it weren't for Lin Nanji, would our family have so many problems?
You! Don't blame Nanji. None of this is Nanji's fault.
Look how upset you've made your mother. Go find Nanji and bring her back. Now! Have you forgotten? In the fire. It was Nanji who saved your mother. Saved her.
If it weren't for Lin Nanji, our house wouldn't have caught fire in the first place.
Just go find her. And if you don't bring her back, don't you come home either.
I'm running a fever. No. No matter what, today, we need to find an inn to stay in. Find a doctor and get some medicine.
This capital city is so vast. How am I supposed to find Lin Nanji?
Ouch.
Are you all right?
It's fine, really. Let's go. I bought a lot of good food today. I'll make it for you back home.
But you...
No buts. Hurry up and move.
My head is completely filled with thoughts of Lin Nanji. That shrew. Am I sick or something?
Last night was so satisfying. Hey, sweetie, did you not go home last night? No place to stay?
What do you want?
Don't be scared. We're not bad guys. Come on.
What's the hurry?
Feisty little thing.
We like 'em spicy.
Come any closer, and I won't be responsible for what happens.
I'd like to see you try.
Go ahead, show us.
Let me go!
Come on, have some fun. Who's interrupting our fun?
Open your eyes and look closely. How dare you lay a hand on my woman?
You're Gu Shancheng.
If you know who I am, you'd better run.
Let's go.
Ow!
Are you okay? Stop this. Our parents are waiting for us at home.
Even now, you still think I'm the one making a scene? You are now my ex-husband. Once I find a place to settle, I'll give you the divorce papers.
All right. It was me making a scene, okay? My parents have already scolded me.
That's not my concern. Gu Shancheng, let's just stay out of each other's way.
I'm sorry. I forgot you were injured. Hey! Nanju! She has a fever.
Madam's wound is just infected, and the fever is from a chill. I'll prescribe a dose of medicine. She'll get better soon. The wound needs frequent dressing changes. It must not get wet.
Thank you, doctor. Please be sure to use some good medicine. No matter the cost, our Gu family can afford it.
Ah, please. Our Gu family has been around for 3 generations. And we've never produced someone like you, such a heartless man.
Dad. I was wrong.
My son, you're awake.
Nanji.
How are you? Does the wound still hurt?
Mother, I've already divorced my husband.
Oh, what divorce? Nanji, if you're really still angry, I'll have this little rascal beaten up good. But you mustn't. Ungrateful son. Hurry up and apologize to Nanji. If Nanji leaves the Gu family, don't you come back either.
I'm sorry.
Master. Son, rest well. Go on.
My parents already punished me. If you're still not satisfied, then hit me a couple more times. I've thought it through. You discipline me and keep me in line. It's all for my own good. Please don't call off the engagement.
Gu Shancheng, you're really ridiculous. When I was disciplining you and keeping you in line, you called me a tigress. You said I was too controlling. Now you're here begging me. But I don't want anything to do with you anymore.
Don't say that. Nanji, I swear, if I ever disobey you again, I'm a dog.
I'll pay you back for the medical expenses. If there's nothing else, please leave.
No. If I walk out this door, you'll never forgive me. Nanji, if you don't forgive me, I'll stay kneeling here.
Then stay kneeling.
Nanji, I think I must be sick. After you left yesterday, I thought that tigress is finally gone. I can finally relax. Later, my parents told me to find you. When I saw people on the street, I kept thinking of you.
I don't deserve young Master Gu's thoughts.
Nanji, I know I've wronged you. Can you give me another chance? Please, for the sake of our marriage being arranged by His Highness.
Impossible. Young Master Gu, you should leave. I need to rest.
Nanji. 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 Please don't be mad at me anymore.
This is your last chance.
I promise. This time I'll study seriously. So don't leave, okay?
That's more like it. In that case, I'll reluctantly agree.
Didn't you say that this would be foolproof?
I sent out the finest fighters from our estate. We planned to wipe them out in one fell swoop. I didn't expect Lin Nanji to show up again. She's like a persistent nuisance.
Do you remember what you promised me only after you complete the task? Can the position of Crown Princess be yours?
Your Highness, I beg you, give me one more chance. This time, I'll start with Gu Shancheng's parents. If I fail again, I am willing. I will atone with my death.
I don't care if you live or die. Just don't get me involved.
Young Master. The Master, the Madam, and the young Mistress are all missing.
My father left with Nanji.
This servant didn't know. But in the young Mistress's room, I found this letter.
Gu Shancheng, your parents and your wife are in my hands. If you want them alive, come to the Juxi Villa alone at the hour of the ox. If I find anyone else with you, they will die with them.
This Chen Jiaojiao, what grudge does she have against her? She actually kidnapped my parents and Nanji.
What? The Master and Madam were kidnapped? Young Master, we should report this to the authorities.
This Chen Jiaojiao has come for me time and again. If we report it, my parents and Nanji might be in danger. This time, I'll face her myself. Chen Jiaojiao, I came alone. Where are my parents and Nanji?
Gu Shancheng, I didn't expect. You really dared to come by yourself.
Nanji. Mom, Dad?
Shancheng, what are you doing here?
Shancheng, get out of here. This woman is insane. She wants your life.
Go now!
Don't come any closer! Take another step and I'll kill her.
Don't touch them. Leave my family out of this. Whatever grudge you have, take it out on me. Don't you dare lay a hand on my parents or my wife.
Is that how you ask for a favor?
What do you want?
It's all because of you. I sent so many assassins. You should have just died quietly. But instead, you teamed up with Lin Nanji and turned Qin Hongshu against me. They killed so many of my people. I was punished by my master because of it. And now you dare ask me what I want.
Don't hurt her. Take it out on me.
Kneel. Get on your knees or I'll kill her.
Okay. I'll kneel.
Shansheng, don't.
Shut up, shut up! Did I say you could speak?
Don't touch her. I'll kneel. I'll do it.
You crazy woman.
Shut up!
The Gu family has never wronged you. What do you want?
Shansheng Gu, you're so adorable. You wouldn't take a toast, so now you get a punishment.
You made me kneel, and I did. Now, will you let my parents and Nanji go?
It's not that easy. I'm going to pay back every bit of humiliation I've suffered. Oh? Aren't you the young master of the Gu family? Come on, bark like a dog.
You're going too far. Nanji. Nanji.
I wouldn't mind at all. Drawing a few lines across Nanji's pretty face. Just a few more gashes.
Fine. Okay. Woof. Woof. Woof.
Louder, I can't hear you. Gu Shansheng, you really are a good dog. But that expression looks a bit reluctant. What's going on? Dogs should smile when they bark.
Woof. I swear, if I don't do what you say again, I'm a dog.
What are you smiling at?
You want me to smile, I smile. You want me to bark, I bark. It's just us flirting. What's it to you?
Looks like you won't stop until you're lying in a coffin. Gu Shansheng, die.
Shansheng.
Stop. You can't kill him.
What did you say?
He is the prince. He's the Emperor's son.
What did you say?
Gu Shansheng. You've always had doubts. Why would you, a spoiled brat from a mere merchant family, be granted a marriage by His Majesty? Why have I watched you so strictly? Forcing you to study and practice martial arts? Because you are a prince. A prince valued by His Majesty. You are destined to inherit the throne.
Impossible. I'm a son of the Gu family. I'm the Gu family's only son.
Son, given the situation, your father cannot hide it from you any longer. Your mother and I had been married for 7 years without a child. Until one night, 25 years ago. A young man dressed in splendid attire knocked on our door. He gave us a large sum of money and entrusted a baby boy to our care. Son, that child was you.
All these years. And it turns out you were the Imperial Prince all along.
Mom. Dad. I don't want to be a prince. I'm a son of the Gu family.
Now that Gu Shancheng is competing for the throne, the only person he threatens is the first prince, Fu Linyuan. You're working for the first prince.
That's right. I serve His Highness.
Fu Linyuan is cunning and treacherous. You won't come to a good end if you follow him.
Shut up! His Highness promised me that if I kill Gu Shancheng and help him ascend to the throne, he will make me his empress.
Chen Jiao Jiao. I really don't know whether to call you clever or just plain stupid. There are so many daughters of influential ministers at court. At least 8 or 10 of them. If he becomes emperor, he'll inevitably choose the daughter of a minister who supported him to be empress. When would it ever be your turn? Someone with no family background? And who knows all his dirty secrets?
Shut up!
Even now, he won't even give you the title of concubine. If he becomes emperor, the first thing he'll do is have you killed. And then, it'll just be a strategist and concubine who died. No one would even bother to talk about it. He'll be abandoning his past.
Shut up! All of you, shut up!
Gu Shancheng? You just want your parents and Lin Nanji to live, don't you? I can't kill a prince. I never said a prince can't kill himself. Hurt yourself with this knife. Stab your chest with it. Every 3 stabs, I'll let one of them go.
You've really lost your mind. Don't touch her. I agree. I promise you.
She just wants you dead. Gu Shancheng, you can't agree to this. Even if you take your own life, she'll still kill father and mother. She won't keep her word.
Son, don't agree to it.
Shancheng, you mustn't.
Don't even think about escaping with that knife in your hand. Your parents and her life are in my hands. With just a flick of my wrist, I'll slice Lin Nanji's throat.
Father, mother. Your kindness in raising me is immense. I cannot let you be killed by this mad woman. Nanji and I are husband and wife. I can't let her die at another's hand either. Lin Nanji. I haven't been good to you. I've failed as a husband. If my death can give you peace in your later years, then it's some compensation. Nanzi. It's a bit late for me to say this, but I really do like you.
My son.
Gu Shancheng.
I'll fight you to the death.
Father.
Lord.
Mother.
Nanji. Nanji.
Young madam, you're awake.
What about Gu Shancheng and his parents?
The two elders were simply too old. I'm not skilled enough. Even if I exhausted all my medical skills, I couldn't save them. Although young Master Gu's injuries are severe, they're only superficial wounds. He's now keeping vigil for his parents. Young madam, be careful. Your wounds have just been bandaged.
I want to see Gu Shancheng.
You knew all along, didn't you?
What?
You knew it all along. I'm not my parents' biological son. You knew it. I'm the Emperor's lost son, isn't that right?
Yes. I am the daughter of the current Prime Minister Lin, and the Saintess of Great Liang. His Majesty ordered me to pose as a commoner's daughter and marry you. To teach you reading, writing, and archery.
Enough.
I've been toyed with by you all in the palm of your hands. I just wanted to be a playboy. What did I do wrong? I just wanted to live with my parents. In peace for the rest of my life. What did I do wrong? You. And that Chen Jiao Jiao? You're both the murderers who killed my parents.
No, Gu Shancheng, let me explain.
What is there to explain? If it weren't for you, they wouldn't have noticed our family. If it weren't for you, my parents wouldn't have died.
Something terrible has happened. Young master, young madam, right at our gate, someone has blocked it off. A black coffin.
What? Let me go take a look.
Yes. This. As the saying goes, a black coffin at the doorstep means no descendants. Our ancestors' souls will be restless. Young master, someone is clearly trying to bring ruin upon the Gu family.
Let me see who sent this coffin.
Who else could it be but Chen Jiao Jiao?
The coffin was sent by Fu Lin Yuan.
Gu Shancheng, you think you can compete with me? Your Gu family will be destroyed. You, Gu Shancheng, and Lin Nanji will be gravely wounded. A husband and wife at odds. I only used one Chen Jiao Jiao. 1 for 4. Not a bad deal for me.
For Lin Yuan. You will pay in blood.
Your humble subject pays her respects, Your Majesty.
Rise, please. How has Gu Shancheng been lately?
That's precisely what I wish to discuss. Ever since our marriage, we have been repeatedly targeted. Had it not been for my efforts, Gu Shancheng would likely be dead.
How dare you suggest that a prince could die?
I wouldn't dare. But everything I say is true. Now there's a coffin at our door. I don't know how much longer I can protect him.
Then what do you propose?
I implore Your Majesty to officially recognize Gu Shancheng as a prince with all due haste. With the status of a prince, even if someone wants to harm him, they would have to think twice. After all, killing the son of a merchant is not the same as killing a prince.
I, too, wish to recognize him as soon as possible. But testing his character must be thorough.
Oh, Your Majesty, do not hesitate any longer. If we wait any longer, Gu Shancheng will really become a corpse. I am willing to vouch for him. Though Gu Shancheng is stubborn, he is reasonable, understands propriety, knows when to advance and retreat, is kind-hearted, and considers the greater good.
It seems you think highly of him.
Your Majesty.
Very well. Return and tell Gu Shancheng to make preparations. To make preparations and present himself before me like a proper man.
I obey Your Majesty's command.
Since you're injured, refrain from such trivial tasks in the future. And furthermore, stay out of my study.
Today, I submitted a request to enter the palace. I asked His Majesty to reinstate you in the Ancestral Temple. In a moment, bathe and change your clothes, then accompany me there.
I'm not going. The palace is full of scheming and treachery. It may seem calm on the surface, but undercurrents run deep. One Fu Linyuan already led to my family being destroyed and scattered. Why should I go out of my way to wade into that muddy water?
Do you actually want to avenge your parents or not?
Of course I do.
If you want to avenge your parents, you must reclaim your identity as the Emperor's son.
There's no need. I'll figure out a way myself.
Gu Shancheng, you're a man of loyalty and righteousness. Filial, but how can you be so foolish? Do you even know who you're up against? You're facing the Crown Prince, who holds sway over the entire realm. The virtuous prince, adored by the masses, Fu Linyuan.
So what? A fool's courage, spilling blood.
Spilling blood? By then, you won't even make it past the Gu family gate. Even if you die, it'll just be recorded as a sudden death at the Gu estate. After that, it'll only mean one more new grave in the ancestral tombs, outsiders hearing of it. We'll only lament that the young master of the Gu family died so young. What a pity. In 3 to 5 years, who will even remember your injustice? Only by becoming the Emperor's son. Can you stand as Fu Linyuan's equal? Only by becoming the Crown Prince. Can you gain the upper hand over Fu Linyuan? Only then can you avenge your parents.
All right then. I'll heed your advice. I'll go to the palace with you. Your humble subject pays his respects to your highness.
Your subject pays her respects to your highness.
Rise.
Thank you, your majesty.
Now you should be calling me father.
How could you be so quick to welcome Gu Shancheng back into the family?
I'm overwhelmed.
Now, none of that. Yuan.
Yes, father.
You see, this is how a subject and a son should behave. You should learn from your elder brother.
As a humble subject, I dare not emulate the Crown Prince's conduct.
Today is a joyous occasion for your return to the Ancestral Temple. Let's not discuss other matters.
First, get yourself recognized by the temple. There will be plenty of time later to deal with Fu Linyuan.
Yes, I grew up outside the palace, so I'm unfamiliar with many of its rules. Naturally, I'll need to seek much guidance from my elder brother. I'll be counting on your guidance, elder brother.
Excellent. I've long heard from Nanji. You've excelled in your training. Quite impressive character. Seeing you today, you indeed live up to your reputation.
I am not worthy.
I've long heard of a brother outside the palace. Seeing you today, indeed, you have an extraordinary demeanor. Look at your overall presence. It's just like Father Emperor, carved from the same mold.
Your Majesty, this old minister has something to say.
Speak.
Gu Shancheng has long lived outside the palace and was raised by merchants. During that time, Your Majesty was busy with state affairs and rarely met. Moreover, a child's appearance compared to an adult's differs greatly. Just based on foster parents, we can't conclude that Gu Shancheng is Your Majesty's own son.
I second the motion.
Gu Shancheng and the Saintess Lin Nanji have been married for a long time. Whether he is of royal blood, would the Saintess not know?
The Saintess is not a saint, nor can she just say without evidence whether he is of royal blood. This old minister will say a few harsh words. It's possible that the Gu couple switched the prince with their own son. We can't know for sure.
The Gu couple only have one son. Everyone in the capital knows.
Is there a medical record? Is there evidence?
Madame Gu is over 50 years old and did not give birth. Where would there be a medical record?
Are you insulting my parents?
Look, everyone, look. Still calling them mom and dad. Where's the royal demeanor?
Calm down a bit. Don't fall into the trap. Your Majesty, I am willing to guarantee as the Saintess that Gu Shancheng is indeed the prince.
Lin Nanji. The status of the Saintess in our Great Liang is of great importance. You guarantee as the Saintess. If Gu Shancheng is not Father Emperor's own son, not only will you lose your status as Saintess, you commit the crime of deceiving the Emperor.
This pouch is from back when Your Majesty gave the Gu family silver. It can serve as proof.
What can a single pouch prove?
Then tell us. How can we prove Gu Shancheng's identity?
I'm afraid it will require a blood test to prove kinship.
I concur.
How dare you? Father Emperor's royal person is sacred. How can it be lightly harmed?
Your Majesty's royal person naturally must not be harmed. However, Your Highness and Gu Shancheng are blood brothers. You could test with him.
What about my authority?
Your Majesty, the stability of the realm is paramount. What if the wrong person is entrusted?
Father, for the sake of my brother's innocence, I implore you to issue the decree.
We beg Your Majesty to issue the decree.
Fine, have it your way.
Someone, bring water. Father.
What is the result?
The 2 drops of blood did not merge.
Hand it over. How dare you, Gu Shancheng? Do you plead guilty?
Your son does not know his crime.
You still dare call yourself your son? Take a look for yourself.
No, Your Majesty, there's something wrong with this water.
Lin Nanxi, I trusted you completely. That's why I didn't verify Gu Shancheng's identity. You actually dared to bring an imposter into the palace. Do you hope that after becoming the prince's consort, you'll rule the roost?
The subject girl wouldn't dare. It's just that the eldest prince has repeatedly tried to frame me and Gu Shancheng. The water he prepared cannot be trusted.
You say Yuener is framing you.
Father, your son is utterly sincere, but Lin Nanxi and Gu Shancheng have falsely accused me like this. Your son is truly wronged.
Your Majesty, this commoner believes that the eldest prince is not Your Majesty's true-born son. This commoner ventures to suggest that Your Majesty personally conduct a blood test.
Outrageous.
If this commoner is not Your Majesty's true-born son, I will submit to Your Majesty's judgment.
Go and prepare the water yourself.
They mixed. Your Majesty, they mixed.
Father, how is this possible? I've lived in the palace since childhood. I've been by your side for years. How could I not be your biological son?
Your Majesty, spare me! Your Highness, have mercy!
What are you doing?
This bowl, I forgot to put clear oil in it. I forgot the clear oil. That's why the blood didn't mix.
You!
Your Highness, spare me.
You nearly cost my dear brother his life.
Your Highness, spare me.
Lin Yuan, what should we do with him?
Guards! Drag him out and beat him to death. Your Highness, shut your mouth.
Your Majesty, spare me. Spare me, Your Majesty.
Father, please calm your anger. Your son has overstepped.
Your son has overstepped.
Your son has overstepped.
Chenger, I was wrong to have doubted you.
I've never been humiliated like this in my entire life. I don't need to enter the Ancestral Temple. I'd rather go back to being the Gu family's son. At least. My lineage won't be questioned there. I take my leave.
Nanji, I know he is upset. Go after him and try to talk some sense into him for me.
As you command. Gu Shancheng. Now that we've finally been recognized by the clan, you're just going to leave? Don't you want to avenge your parents?
It's a feigned retreat to lure the enemy in.
Shancheng now is really different from how he used to be, see?
To take down Fu Lin Yuan, we still need solid evidence. Nanji, go help me find Qin Xiaoman.
Okay.
Your Majesty, your health is deteriorating. You really must take better care of yourself.
I know the state of my own health. It's just that the court is volatile, and the stability of the nation and the welfare of the people. All of it requires my attention.
Your Majesty, this servant has something to say. I'm not sure if I should say it.
Speak freely.
This servant has heard that the Crown Prince has been making frequent moves lately. He's even been courting important ministers at court.
Are you saying Fu Lin Yuan has treasonous intentions?
This servant wouldn't dare suggest that.
Umph! You see things too sharply.
About asking Uncle and Auntie Chin, how did it go?
Struck gold.
Tell me.
My parents say the Crown Prince has a manor outside the city. Inside, he's hiding all the expensive cosmetics and ointments. He's extorted over the past few years, along with some other shady things.
Nanzi, you'd better not go. Fu Lin Yuan is sinister and cunning. He might have set up an ambush already.
No, we can't risk both of us. Besides, you're a prince. If something happens to you, my whole family would be doomed.
I'll go with Madam. Young Master, you can rest assured.
And bring along a little one like you? Little kid. It'll be even harder for Nanji.
Wait for me at home.
Be careful. I'll wait for you at home.
Mm-hmm. Xiaomin, wait here for me. I'll go in and take a look.
Madam, be careful.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Well, this Fu Lin Yuan, for over a decade, has actually embezzled so much from the people's sweat and blood. With this ledger, we can definitely bring him down this time.
Who's there?
I didn't hear anything. You must have misheard.
So much for Fu Lin Yuan.
Your Highness? Lin Nanji has already left with Qin Xiaoman. Should we pursue them?
If you want to catch a pig, you have to give it a little bait first.
Nanji, you're finally back. Nothing happened, right?
I'm fine. Look, this is Fu Lin Yuan's ledger. It details how he's been exploiting the people. And over the years, evidence of his collusion with other officials.
Excellent. With this, we can bring Fu Lin Yuan down.
First thing tomorrow morning, I'll go to the palace to see the Emperor. Wait for me at home.
But Fu Lin Yuan has strong influence at court. I'm afraid he might harm you.
Don't worry, although my father was just a loyal official. He had many old friends in the court. Those uncles, they'll help me.
Be extremely careful.
It's just that I'm afraid.
Afraid of what?
It's nothing.
Oh, I shouldn't look. I shouldn't look.
Your Majesty, I have urgent matters to report.
Proceed.
I and my husband, Gu Shancheng, were framed by the Crown Prince. Out of sheer desperation, we simply sought to protect ourselves. Your subject and her husband braved countless dangers, and have finally gathered evidence of the Crown Prince's activities of exploiting the people and accepting bribes from officials over the years.
Bring it here. Fu Lin Yuan, how do you plead?
Father, I am innocent. These ledgers must be forgeries by Gu Shancheng and Lin Nanji. They've colluded with forces from the Jianghu, plotting to overthrow me. This is a vast conspiracy.
Your Majesty, I have a memorial to present. Recently, some rumors have spread within the palace about Gu Shancheng and Lin Nanji. They say this husband and wife have colluded with forces from the Jianghu with treacherous intentions. It's also said that Lin Nanji is actually an evil enchantress, and that Minister Lin, to protect his daughter, spread the news that she was born with divine strength. I did not believe it at first, but looking at the situation now, I fear these rumors may have some truth to them.
Your Majesty, Gu Shancheng is merely a merchant's son. Merchants are profit-driven. Now this husband and wife produce these ledgers. Clearly they aim to frame the Crown Prince and profit from the chaos.
Your Majesty, every word I've spoken is true. The Crown Prince possesses another estate outside the capital. Within that estate, there is a secret chamber. That chamber is piled high with gold, silver, and jewels. I beg Your Majesty to investigate.
Is there any truth to this?
Father, I swear on my life, there is absolutely no such thing.
Go and check.
Yes.
It seems Fu Lin Yuan was prepared all along. If this continues, not only will we be unable to bring down Fu Lin Yuan, but might even be bitten back by Fu Lin Yuan. I need to think of a way quickly.
You may rise first.
Your Majesty, the Crown Prince has plotted against Gu Shancheng several times. Gu Shancheng's parents were also killed by him. This is all known to you.
Father, what Lin Nanji said is all nonsense. I have never met Gu Shancheng's parents. How could I possibly harm them?
You knew all along. Gu Shancheng is Your Majesty's long-lost child. You feared the loss of power, so you sent Chen Zhaojiao to harm them.
Chen Zhaojiao. And who is Chen Zhaojiao?
Don't play dumb.
Your Majesty. Your Majesty, this servant has already investigated. There is only a ruin in the suburbs. It can be roughly seen that it was once a residence, but it has fallen into disrepair over the years and has collapsed. Inside that ruin, nothing was found, such as the secret chamber Miss Lin mentioned, or any gold, silver, or jewels.
What?
Enough.
Lin Nanji. Did you hear that? Outside the city, there is only a dilapidated residence.
Lin Nanji, you should explain to me. What's the deal with the ruin outside the city?
Your Highness the Crown Prince, what skillful methods. In just one night, you were able to make that residence look as if it's been dilapidated for years.
Your Majesty, the malice in Lin Nanji's heart is crystal clear. I beseech Your Majesty to punish her severely.
Your Majesty, every word I have spoken is true. Last night, I even went to that manor. It was a child named Qin Xiaoman who took me there. And today, it lies in ruins.
A child? What child? Last night, I remained in my residence the entire time. I never stepped outside. The servants in my residence are witnesses. I have never seen any child.
You killed Xiaoman?
Have you lost your mind? Father, Lin Nanji first falsely accused your son of corruption and bending the law, and now she frames me for murder. I implore you to uphold justice for your son.
Your Majesty, someone has struck the petition drum, demanding an audience with Your Majesty to present a grievance.
Who dares to be so bold?
They say his name is Gu Shancheng.
Bring him in at once.
Announce Gu Shancheng's presence and have him enter the hall to see His Majesty.
Your humble subject Gu Shancheng pays his respects to Your Majesty.
Do you know, Gu Shancheng, that by sounding the grievance drum, if your petition proves false, you will be subjected to caning?
I am aware, Your Majesty. But every word I speak is true. I dare not utter a single falsehood.
Gu Shancheng, it was only by His Majesty's grace that you were able to marry the Liang Empire's holy maiden. Instead of being content and staying in your place, contributing to the nation's stability, you dare to stand here in this very hall and slander the prince.
Your Highness, whether I am slandering or not, will be clear once I finish speaking. His Majesty will be the judge.
Speak.
Your Majesty, last night, Lin Nanji and Xiaoman did indeed go to the manor outside the city. That manor is in fact a private property of His Highness. It contains the wealth he has extorted from the people over the years, as well as ledgers detailing his collusion with officials. But it turns out, His Highness learned of their plan in advance. He knew about Qin Xiaoman and Nanji's scheme, lured them in with a fake ledger. And after his scheme succeeded, he sent men to burn the manor to the ground. But that's not all. Today, he tried to take advantage of Lin Nanji entering the palace, to silence Qin Xiaoman by killing him. Fortunately, having been tricked several times before, I was prepared. That's why he didn't succeed.
Gu Shancheng, you're spewing lies.
Fu Linyuan, let him finish.
Your Majesty, Qin Xiaoman is right outside the hall. Bring him in and question him, and you'll know the truth. Furthermore, to cover up his crimes, His Highness has repeatedly sent assassins to kill me and Lin Nanji. If not for Lin Nanji's natural superhuman strength and the help of loyal protectors, I'm afraid Lin Nanji and I would be dead and gone by now.
Summon Qin Xiaoman.
Summon Qin Xiaoman to appear before His Majesty.
Your Majesty, this commoner Qin Xiaoman pays his respects.
Rise and speak. Qin Xiaoman, is what Gu Shancheng reported true?
Your Majesty, every word is true. Last night, this commoner took Madam to that estate. There really was a lot of gold, silver, and jewels inside, and ledgers. And this morning, when this commoner went to pee, a man in black tried to kill me. Young Master Gu stepped in just in time.
Father, this child must have been bought off by the Yim. That's why he's spouting such nonsense.
Your Majesty, every word I say is true. And if the first prince has nothing to hide, why did he burn down the estate?
Lin Nanji, don't think you can rely on His Majesty's favor to make unfounded accusations and frame this prince.
Your Majesty, this commoner has more to say.
Speak freely.
This commoner just heard outside the hall. His Highness the First Prince say he doesn't know Chen Jiaojiao. But this commoner does. Back then, it was the first prince who ordered Chen Zhaojiao to capture me and my family. They used us to coerce my sister, Qin Hongxiu, into working for him. In the end, my sister was also killed by Chen Zhaojiao's people.
Nonsense.
This commoner also knows that His Highness and Chen Zhaojiao have a child who's already 3 years old. They kept it hidden from everyone. But once, when the child fell ill, Chen Zhaojiao took my blood to use as a medicinal ingredient. That's how I found out.
Your Majesty, this matter is of great importance. It requires careful deliberation.
Your Majesty, if what Gu Shancheng and Lin Nanji say is true, then His Highness the First Prince has committed a grave crime.
Father, your son is wrongly accused. My loyalty to you is absolute. How could I commit such a treasonous act? You too. Based solely on the one-sided testimony of a child. You think you can frame this prince?
Fu Lin Yuan, I'm giving you a chance. Do you have evidence to prove your innocence?
Your Majesty, that manner. It was because I saw a merchant on the brink of bankruptcy. I truly felt sorry for him, so I bought it to help him out. I have never been there, and I don't know what's inside. As for this Qin Xiaomun, I have never even seen him.
Your Majesty, I dare not lie.
Your Majesty? This boy is still naive. He must have been influenced by Gu Shancheng and instigated by Lin Nanji.
Enough bickering! This matter, I will have it thoroughly investigated. Before the truth is clear, Fu Lin Yuan, you shall reflect on your mistakes under house arrest.
As you command.
This case, I entrust it to the two of you to handle. If there is new evidence, submit it at any time.
I obey.
All of you dismissed.
I thought we had both witnesses and evidence, so the case could be closed. But unexpectedly, His Majesty only placed Fu Lin Yuan under house arrest.
Don't worry. I still have a backup plan. Deliver it to the Prime Minister's residence overnight, without fail.
Understood.
Last night I secretly sent a letter to my father. He's going to help us investigate more substantial evidence against Fu Lin Yuan.
Mm-hmm. Young master, young mistress. Someone from the Prime Minister's residence is here.
Show them in.
Yes.
Greetings, miss. Greetings, master.
So, on my father's end, has there been any progress?
Reporting to you, miss. The master received your letter and immediately began an investigation. Unexpectedly, at the salt merchant's port, we discovered a merchant ship. On board that ship was all armor, black powder, and some firearms.
All of these are items strictly forbidden for transport in our Great Liang.
Exactly. Therefore, the master seized the vessel. After interrogation, the crew admitted they all worked for the First Prince. This cargo also belongs to the First Prince. You see?
So much weaponry and black powder. What on earth? Is this Fu Lin Yuan planning?
Other things aside, I fear that Fu Lin Yuan harbors treasonous ambitions. Over the past few years, His Majesty's health has been failing. Fu Lin Yuan is treacherous. He might very well, before His Majesty can officially recognize you. Stage a coup and seize the palace.
Your Majesty, my wife and I have found conclusive evidence of Fu Lin Yuan's attempted treason. Please have a look, Your Highness.
Bring it here. Bring Fu Lin Yuan to me.
Yes, Your Majesty.
So it seems my father is dead set on passing the throne to that little darling. The only reason I'm still alive is to serve as a whetstone for that precious heir. Once he ascends the throne, he'll execute me. It will allow him to establish his authority and bolster his political record. Ha! You truly dote on that little darling. Since you show me no mercy, don't blame me for my ruthlessness. It's you?
By His Majesty's decree, the first prince is summoned to the palace for an audience. Your Highness, this way, please.
Fu Linyuan, do you have anything else to say?
Your Majesty, Fu Linyuan privately stockpiled black powder, plotting a rebellion. His crimes are grave. If he's not severely punished, justice will not be served. It will also disillusion the people.
Your Majesty, Lin Nanji speaks the truth. Fu Linyuan's crimes are unforgivable. Your Majesty, please punish him severely.
Your Majesty, for the sake of the nation's stability and for the safety of the people, we beg Your Majesty to decree Fu Linyuan's punishment.
Enough! Guards take Fu Linyuan to the Imperial prison.
Father, have mercy, Father. I know I was wrong. Spare me, Father. Father, spare me. I know I was wrong. Father, spare me.
Now, with Fu Linyuan thrown in prison, our efforts haven't been in vain.
But Fu Linyuan might not accept his fate so easily.
Nanji, don't worry. Now that the evidence is solid, Fu Linyuan, he won't be able to get out of this.
Your Highness.
After all, you are my most trusted aide. Now that I'm in this plight, you're the only one who has come to see me.
Your Highness, do you have any other plans?
Take this jade pendant. Find Commander Sumu of the Imperial Guard. Years ago, he committed a grave crime. I was the one who protected him. He owes me a favor. When the time is right, he should repay that debt.
Yes.
Your Highness, my apologies for the delay.
Thank you for saving us, Commander Su. Men. That pathetic Gu Shancheng is attempting a coup. I alone am the rightful heir to the throne. Today, we will cleanse the court of corruption. Once we succeed, everyone will be richly rewarded.
Cleanse the court!
Your Majesty, it's bad news. We just received word. The first prince has joined forces with the Imperial Guard commander, Sumu. They have rebelled. They're marching on the palace as we speak.
That traitorous son of mine! How dare he commit such a treasonous act?
Your Majesty, what should we do now? The rebel force is advancing rapidly. The palace may not survive the night.
By my decree, order all available troops to the palace at once to protect the throne.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Young master, young madam. Someone from the palace has arrived. They say they have urgent business to discuss.
Show them in immediately.
By the Emperor's decree.
Your humble servant receives the decree.
By His Majesty's oral command. Gu Shancheng is ordered to go to the West City for reinforcements. Then enter the palace to protect the throne.
He wants me to get reinforcements from the West City?
Since it's His Majesty's will, you must go. While Fu Linyuan hasn't breached the palace gates yet, I will enter the palace to protect His Majesty. I'll wait for you in the palace.
All right, Nanji, you must be careful.
Listen, all generals. Now the Emperor has been bewitched by that little darling Gu Shancheng. The foundation of the realm is unstable and hangs in the balance. Today, follow me to storm the Imperial Palace and rid the Court of Traitors.
Rid the Court of Traitors.
Imperial Father, come out and surrender. The throne will be mine sooner or later. Attack!
Nunzi, there are so many rebels. Do you have a plan to deal with them?
Your Majesty, your servant has arranged our defenses. As long as we hold the Imperial Palace until reinforcements arrive, we can surely repel the rebels.
Report. Your Majesty, Madam, it's bad. The rebels have begun attacking the palace gates.
Your Majesty, please stay safely inside the hall. I will go repel the rebels. Hold your horses, rebels. Charge.
Lin Nanji, you little troublemaker. Today, you die. Charge!
Soldiers, take down the gate. Glory and riches are within our grasp. Charge!
Madam Lin, we can't hold out much longer.
We hold this line even if it kills us. Charge.
Why isn't the relief army here yet? Can Lin Nanji and the others hold them off?
Don't worry, Your Majesty. Young Mistress possesses extraordinary strength. She will certainly repel the rebels. Reinforcements should arrive soon as well.
Your Majesty, it's terrible. The rebels have broken through to the inner palace gate.
What should we do now?
Lin Nanji, will you not surrender? Today you won't escape even if you grew wings.
Fu Linyuan, you rebellious traitor. Don't even think you'll succeed.
What should I do? If I keep following Fu Lin Yuan, it's a dead end. But if I betray him, I'll be dead too.
Commander, it's bad. Another army has appeared behind our lines. It seems to be reinforcement.
What? How did the reinforcements get here so fast?
Sumu, what's going on? You said this was foolproof.
Your Highness, I don't know either. Why are they here so soon?
Men, reinforcements are here. The time for our counterattack is now.
Soldiers, charge.
Retreat, now! You lot, protect your prince.
Fu Lin Yuan, you traitorous scum. Today is your day of reckoning.
Sumu, how dare you betray me, your prince?
Fu Lin Yuan, when I lost a major battle and fled, you saved my life. You saw me at my most pathetic, my most vulnerable. It's just a shame that at the time you were a prince with immense power. I couldn't touch you, but now, all I have to do is kill you, and I'll be a hero for protecting His Majesty.
Fu Linyuan, you conspired with the Imperial Guard commander to rebel, committing a grave crime. You won't escape today.
I can't accept this.
Fu Linyuan, for the throne, you'll stop at nothing. You framed loyal officials. Now you've ended up like this. You brought this on yourself.
The winner is king, the loser an outlaw. I, your prince, accept defeat. I just never imagined I'd be defeated by the likes of you two nobodies.
Fu Linyue, you keep claiming it's for the throne, but it's really just for your own selfish gain. You're not fit to be a prince.
His Majesty the Emperor has arrived.
Fu Linyuan, I have always placed high hopes in you. I never imagined you would dare to commit such a treasonous act. What do you have to say for yourself?
Father, your son knows he was wrong. I lost my mind, Father. Please, spare my life.
Spare you? When you plotted your rebellion, did you ever think of sparing me? Guards! Take Fu Linyuan to the Imperial prison. He will await judgment.
Yes. Father, have mercy, Father. Father!
Today, Gu Shancheng and Lin Nanji repelled the rebel forces and secured my throne. You both have rendered an invaluable service.
Your Majesty flatters us. It is what I, your humble subject, should have done.
Gu Shancheng, although you are my son, raised among the common people, you have proven yourself brave and capable, and utterly loyal. I have decided to formally recognize you as my heir, and name you Crown Prince.
Thank you for your great kindness, Your Majesty. This son will spare no effort in assisting Your Majesty to govern the realm.
Lin Nanji, you possess great strength, wisdom, and courage, and you have proven your unwavering loyalty to me. You and the Crown Prince are bound in marriage, and your bond is deep. I am at ease, knowing he is in your care.
I receive your decree. Thank you for your great kindness, Your Majesty.
Congratulations, Your Majesty.
Congratulations to the Crown Princess.
Sigh. Sigh. Being Crown Prince is exhausting. This outfit alone weighs 15 pounds. I still prefer my silk robe. But you have to admit, this color is pretty festive.
Even in these robes, you don't look like a crown prince.
I just need to look like your husband.
I like life like this, peaceful and simple. Your Majesty.
This is my final task for you. After I die, I want you to see. If Chenger will wipe out Linner's family, if he wipes out Linner's family, take this secret edict to Nanzhao and find my brother, Prince Huan. Have him return to inherit the throne. If he does not wipe out Linner's family, then aid him. Clear the path ahead.
Your subject obeys Your Majesty's command. Shancheng, wake up. Listen. That's the funeral bell.
Your Highness, Your Grace, I have urgent news to report.
Come in.
Your Highness, Your Grace, His Highness, the First Prince, he took his own life in prison. He has passed away,
So the tolling just now was for Fu Lin Yuan.
Yes, and His Majesty's condition is not promising either, the Imperial physicians say. It's only a matter of a day or two. They request Your Highness and Your Grace to visit him.
Understood. We'll go right away.
Alas. His Majesty is overcome with rage and grief. His blood runs counter to its normal channels. He is already at the end of his rope.
At the end of his rope?
I dare only use a small amount of ginseng to keep him alive. If there is any pressing matter, Your Highness should speak with His Majesty as much as possible. I shall take my leave.
Your Majesty.
Chenger, don't hold this against your father.
I wouldn't dare, Father.
Wouldn't dare? But you don't not hold it against me either.
I only hate Fu Lin Yuan. He is the one who killed my foster parents.
Now, Linner is already gone. And I know my time is short. You must promise me one thing.
Please speak, Father.
After I pass, you must not desecrate your teacher's remains. And you must not implicate your elder brother's family.
As you command, Father.
Linner, in the end, I failed you as a father.
Father.
Your Majesty, he has passed.
Your Highness, before His Majesty passed, did he leave any words?
His Majesty left a verbal edict. Summon the ministers of the 6 boards for an audience. Summon Grand Counselor Lin for an audience.
Your Highness, all the lords are now assembled.
His Majesty left an oral decree. My lords, kneel to receive the imperial decree.
We receive the decree.
Relaying His Majesty's oral decree. Crown Prince Fu Shancheng, Crown Prince Fu Shancheng, is my flesh and blood, long lost to me. Now, having proven himself worthy through trials, he shall return to the royal fold, and he is fit to inherit the ancestral shrine. The Jade Registry and Golden Seal are proof. All my ministers must serve him wholeheartedly. Let there be no error in this.
We receive the decree.
As the head of the 100 officials, Minister Lin, you must lead by example. You are to act as regent, but are not to interfere in governance. Should any disloyalty arise, his 9 kinship groups shall be executed.
This minister receives the decree.
Eldest Prince Fu Lin Yuan committed disrespect toward the throne and forcibly stormed the palace. This constitutes grave disrespect. He repeatedly harmed his brother, the Crown Prince. This constitutes disloyalty and filial impiety. Furthermore, fearing his crimes, he took his own life in prison. This is an even graver offense. Relay my edict. Expel Fu Lin Yuan from the ancestral shrine. Strip his name from the Jade Registry. Whip the corpse 500 times. And leave the body exposed for 7 days. Fu Lin Yuan's family, regardless of gender, regardless of age, all shall receive the ultimate punishment.
His Majesty only left an oral decree. Where is the final testament?
His Majesty passed away suddenly. He did not leave a final testament.
Since there is no final testament, how can we prove what you say is true?
Fu Shancheng was personally named Crown Prince by His Majesty.
Before the succession, it's not unheard of for the Crown Prince to change.
So you're implying that I falsely transmitted an imperial decree?
We are all censors. Naturally, we must ask this one question.
Since you 2 lords have so much to say, then you needn't keep your mouths in the future. Guards, escort these 2 lords away. Cut out their tongues, sew their mouths shut. And leave them sewn until their deaths.
Have mercy.
Aren't you going to give me an explanation?
What is there to explain?
The late Emperor clearly left no will, and he forbade implicating Fu Lin Yuan's family. But what did you do? You forged an imperial decree.
The late Emperor's command was oral. Only you and I heard it. How can that be considered forging a decree?
But that oral command, it was clearly
Clearly what? The late Emperor's command was to stop you from defiling Fu Linyuan's corpse, to stop you from issuing the edict, to implicate his family. It never said I couldn't do it. I hope you know, everything I've done has been for you. For you to securely rule this kingdom.
Nanji. You're not the same as you were, okay? Back then, you'd even help a woman like Qin Hongxiu. But now, you won't even spare women, children, or the elderly. My Nanji would never be like this.
My mission was to assist you in becoming the Crown Prince, to assist you in becoming a wise and just ruler. And in the end, I would be your kind and virtuous wife.
You.
Your coronation ceremony is the day after tomorrow. You can proclaim to the entire kingdom. That Crown Princess Lin Nanji forged an imperial decree and committed the grave crime of deceiving the Emperor. Have me executed by slow slicing. Or execute my entire clan. That way, in the court, there will be no one like my father to pose a threat to you.
Lin Nanji, have you lost your mind? You want me to be a wife-killing tyrant? Lin Nanji. Look at me. Fu Linyuan's youngest child is barely 3 years old. How could you do it? You once forced me to read history. Even in barbarian lands, when exterminating clans and beheading enemies, they spared those shorter than a chariot wheel. But now you won't even spare a 3-year-old child.
So now your majesty blames me? Spare those shorter than a chariot wheel? Then I'll lay the wheel flat. If your majesty longs for the rules of barbarian lands, then conquer the barbarians. Make them follow the rules of Great Liang.
My Nanji is not like this.
Your majesty should now address me as Empress. Fu Linyuan's youngest son is only 3. He is Chen Zhaojiao's child. You think I'm cruel and merciless, but I grew up in the palace. I know that if you don't pull the weeds by the roots, they'll grow back to haunt you.
You still can't?
If your majesty thinks this consort is cruel and merciless, thinks this consort meddles in politics, thinks this consort murders the innocent, then this consort is willing to die. But before my execution, the last thing I can do for you is eliminate the traitors and pull out the weeds by the roots, so you can reign in peace and prosperity.
When I pass away, watch for me, and see if Chenger will show mercy to Liner's family.
Gu Shancheng, this final test, you passed it in the end.
You dared to spy on your majesty's movements in secret? What's your punishment for that?
Your Majesty? I have something on my mind. I wasn't spying on purpose.
What is it that you're so hesitant to say? Stand up and speak.
Well, that 3-year-old child that convicted official Fu Linyuan and Chen Zhaojiao had wasn't executed.
What did you say?
Spare me, Your Majesty. It was Her Majesty the Empress. Her Majesty the Empress ordered me back then to send that child to Lingnan and find a merchant family to adopt him. I've been keeping this secret all along. I didn't dare utter a single word.
Is what you're saying true?
As true as can be. I wouldn't dare deceive Your Majesty.
Nanji, you really let that child go? What exactly is going on?
Your Majesty has been in a terrible mood lately. If I didn't save that child, I'm afraid Your Majesty would kick me out of the palace too.
Madame, my dear.
You're right about that. The child is innocent. I truly can't bring myself to do it. Let's find a remote place and have a merchant family adopt him. First, there's no fear of his identity being exposed, and him growing up to seek revenge. Second, a merchant family is well off, so he'll certainly want for nothing.
Then why didn't you tell me earlier?
The fewer people who know, the safer the child is. I wanted to wait until things settled down a bit before telling you.
Nanji, you're always so considerate of me.
I just didn't want to put you in a difficult position.
If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have changed this much.
Oh my, our little Chenger is such a good boy.
Chenger, haha, my good son, let Daddy give you a hug. Come here. See what Daddy bought for you? Your favorite snacks, right? Let Mommy open it for you. Were you a good boy today, Chenger?
Why are you crying?
I was just remembering when I was a kid. My mom and dad and I out in the courtyard. I'm thinking, if I hadn't been born into the royal family, if I was just their son, maybe they could have lived a good life. They could have grown old peacefully.
You can't blame yourself for that. Everyone has their own destiny. If I weren't born with superhuman strength, if I weren't the Holy Maiden of Daliang, His Majesty wouldn't have arranged our marriage. And then I never would have met you.
So do you regret marrying me?
A little bit.
Nanji, how dare you regret marrying the Emperor?
No, the Emperor and Empress sharing a bed. There are rules about that.
Now, my rules are the rules.
Your Majesty, it's time to reset.
My whole body aches.
My neck hurts. Don't worry, we're husband and wife now. That's perfectly normal.
Today's the coronation. We overslept.
Her poise is impeccable. She will surely be a paragon for the realm.
Long live the Emperor. Long live the Empress.
Lin Nanji.
From now on, together, we'll move forward. We'll build a prosperous era together.
Shansheng, I won't let you down.
Congratulations, my Empress.